I've spread so many fucking rumors. My favorite part about rumors, nobody verifies shit.
Welcome, fellow window lickers, any chaos goblins. Are you a fan of Grun and all his Philly shenanigans? Well, you've come to the right place. Here it is. It's the Monday Night Raw preview review show, and we got so much to talk about. We had a Saturday night. It was a main event. We had some AAA action happening. Me and Grun were speaking about that before we went live. And the best bit of news, Grun, we have our brother back. Kevin Kalloway, the Chaos Goblin, is back with his beard of beauty. How are you doing, my friend?
Way better than last week, let me tell you. I'm ready to be back.
That's awesome. Yes, and you're already getting people excited that you're back, Kevin. So
what up, Con?
That was one of the first things the boss asked us today in the chat. Is Kevin going to be back today? You know, He's like, I'm tired of seeing you two all the time. And we're just like, whoa, bro.
Whoa, bro.
What are you
doing?
Out. Come on, man. And speaking of it, speaking of friends I have, Grunmiester, he's our Philly baby boy, fresh off a birthday, looking all fresh and very cult-like. What are you doing? You going to an Antifa rally after today?
No.
What's going on, man?
No,
all black.
Damn it.
Johnny Cash over there?
No, damn it.
I mean, he is a man in black right now, so technically.
He is.
I did not think of that because, you know what? It was my birthday week, and I'm like, I needed new pairs of pants, new jeans, and I'm like, I see this black hoodie. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to buy a black hoodie too.
Hey.
Okay. I needed to buy these things. I wanted to look nice in case.
Treat yourself.
Yes.
There we go.
Exactly. I treated myself to a mixer Thursday night that went horribly wrong.
There's a story there that I need to hear. If it's not on air, it'll be off.
Yeah, Grun, is this appropriate for the show?
It is fully 100% appropriate for the show.
Damn, I was kind of hoping for the latter.
I was too, but I'm enjoying what we're about to get. Grun, tell us a story.
All right, so the story about this mixer was that it was a Halloween mixer at this bar in Philadelphia on Sampson Street.
Okay.
And so it was second floor, and I tried mingling. I bought a girl a drink right at the start of the show, right at the start of the event. She was focused on meeting everybody there and not really interested in speaking with one person.
Hey, that happens.
So, yeah, it does. Tried to talk to a couple other women. Could immediately feel like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm not doing this right. I can feel the attention like, yeah, we're pulling away from you. Like, okay, this is good because I don't have a lot of experience doing this stuff. So I'm putting myself out there, and I hate dances. And that's what it was kind of like a nightclub sort of feel.
Okay.
And I don't do nightclubs at all. Cannot stand them. But part of growing is you put yourself in uncomfortable situations.
I agree with that.
Very true.
And I left early. I left. Sure. It was probably go till 11. I left a little after 10.
You went though.
Yeah, I went.
You went. You shot some shots. You got some practice. That's everything you need. And let me tell you, I have not been as extroverted as I present now, maybe. But I had an issue meeting women in the past too. and I didn't know how to initiate. I don't know how to do any of that. And I would go out to dances like that as well.
Okay.
Where it would just be like, let's go to the club. And I'd be like, all right, well, like, sure. And then I'd go and I'd be like, all right, well, now I'm just getting drunk in a corner, listening to music, arguably. And like, there were times where it's like, because there was a club around, I went to Western Michigan University for college.
Okay.
So there was a club around there. I don't even remember what it's called now. I don't even know if it still exists, but they had a bull riding machine. And I liked going to that club, not because of dancing or even talking to anybody else. I just liked seeing people get thrown off of a fucking mechanical bull.
Yes.
So, like, if nothing else happened that night and I got to see some people get yeeted off of a bull, we were good.
Totally understand those vibes.
So at least, like, I tried to pick places where it's like, all right, well, if it's a total crash out on one front, at least I get something out of it.
Exactly.
But I do like, Grun, that you're stepping up to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you need to do, because
Proud of you, buddy.
I wish I could take you in a time machine and just show you how easy it was back when I was coming up, and how you just pretty much had to be yourself. And if there was a good enough amount of women, somebody liked what you were doing, what you were peacocking out there. And
I should have been born 10 years earlier.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I really think
we need to get you headgear like Mil Muertes. That's a real peacock. I saw it because he was at Lucha Boom over the weekend. And I got a funny story for that in a second. But Mil Muertes comes out with like the whole headdress, like Aztecan like headdress. That's it. Awesome. That's going to call all the attention to you, Grun. That's all you need.
Hey, I'm there with you on that thought process. You know, and honestly, today's, I guess, generation, Grun, I would go to more concerts that you like, and I would find like chat rooms or groups that are meeting up, and they share the same interests. So you got that for at least a talk. I don't know, man.
Right.
I'm married. The most I got to do is pretty much just go to work. And my wife's like, "Hey, you did something today. Way to go, bud." It's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks."
After I had an engagement fall apart, I had a taste of the internet dating scene and things like that afterwards. And I do not envy you, Grun.
No,
I don't envy you.
No, it's god awful. It's horrible. I actually got a story about that too. I was just talking to this woman.
I don't even know if we'll get to Raw tonight. We got a Lucha Boom story. We got an internet dating story.
Boom. Grun's dating life.
24. She wanted, when we started talking, I asked her what is she looking for? To be a stay-at-home mom, 5 to 10 kids. I immediately was trying to, I don't want to break things off with her and make her sound like she's crazy, but maybe I should have.
I mean, in fairness, like, if you look at it, there are men who would strive to have that.
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely. If that's what she wants, like, cool. At least she's up front. But you heard that and you're like, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful with how let's just say the kind of men that probably could afford her lifestyle, she would not be their first choice.
Sure.
Well, and that happens, but hopefully she's living the life she wants to live, but she's not living the life Grun would want to live.
I mean,
10 Gruns running around? Fuck that.
That's a lot of Grun.
That's way too much Grun.
At most, I would want 4, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, unless I'm able to make a little over 6 figures, that's probably never
more than that now, dog.
Yeah, you're right.
A little over 6 figures for that many? Absolutely.
Right.
No, you're looking more like mid 6 figures.
Oh, God.
Yeah, welcome to the economy, brother.
Yeah, economy sucks.
I'd be lucky if I could afford a dog and 1 kid.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. And then they have these things called hobbies and interests. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah.
That'd be all gone. Everything you thought you had saved up, that shit's gone.
Yeah.
But on to Lucha Boom news. All right, Kevin Kalloway, we have dabbled in Grun's life. I like this segment, Grun. Keep us posted.
Yeah.
We
We're
want
gonna
to
make
know
this a
about you, man.
reoccurring segment.
Yeah, we want to know about it.
I'm waiting for this.
Not only am I genuinely interested, but I know that it's going to provide a lot of good stories too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm waiting for this group that does these events to post events for November or December. Likely not going to, just because it's holiday season.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Family time.
imagining they're gonna post one for February 14th.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Or
Show up naked.
February 13th, Desperation
true.
Day, as Barney
Ooh.
Stinson would say.
Yes.
Yeah,
Get your suit, Grun.
I do have a suit.
Well,
Ooh,
put it
suit
on.
up.
Suit up and get ready for some Lucha Boom stories because Kevin Kalloway is about to take us there.
So we had an excellent card at Lucha Boom in the end. We had a fatal four-way at the beginning with 3 masked luchadors and a guy around the area called Nate Madsen. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
No.
He's been wrestling in the area and on helping out and backstage and like TV and stuff for a long time.
Oh,
He's like 20, 25 years in. It's something ridiculous. And he's still wrestling. We had Jake Something versus El Dragon versus Mil Muertes for the Lucha Boom Championship. The TNA title was defended on the show. Mike Santana versus Nick Nemeth.
Damn.
And Jody Threat faced Vipress in a women's match. And there's one more. Oh, Zach Gowen faced Joseph Antonio Guerrero and Ren Jones. 2 more local guys, but Zach Gowen, who is also a local guy still.
Yeah. That's a packed card.
It's a
man.
good card. We also had it was cool because we had how do I describe this? It was like a fantasy ballet kind of thing for Dia de los Muertos.
Okay.
They have a club at Wayne State University, and they actually performed like dances and traditional stuff in the ring throughout some of the show. And then we also have a contortionist. Her name's Poppet. And she does like it's like acrobat. It's not like acrobatics in the sense of like flips or anything like that. She's standing still, but like balancing things.
No
and
shit.
it's crazy. She's
That's wild.
incredibly talented.
That's like that new age circus type.
Yeah, kind of that.
Like
yeah,
where they took the old and made it better.
yeah, or safer.
Safer too. Yes,
Safer, but
that
still
is true
impressive.
too.
Also, she doesn't need as many like rings or hoops or whatever. She just needed a table and a vase. So like,
That's crazy.
yeah. But
That's crazy.
my favorite part of the night, it was Jake Something, El Dragon, and Mil Muertes. Mil Muertes was coming out second. His music's playing, everything's amping up, everybody's going, everybody's looking at the stage. I'm seated there in the back because I like to see everything just in case something, catches on fire or there's a problem. Mil Muertes did not know where the curtain was for the entranceway. Because instead of coming through the entranceway on the stage, he came through a random pipe and drape. He just he pops through like, oh shit, and then pops right back through and goes to the entrance.
That's fantastic.
It was fucking hilarious.
But
to put over the guy, I actually picked him up from the airport. And I got to talking with him a little bit. He works for AAA, and he had the tapings yesterday in Montenegro, Mexico. So he went from Mexico, where he had a booking on Friday, to Detroit just to go back to Mexico. This man is 55 years old hitting this grind.
Wow. That is a grind.
Yeah.
And at that age, man. Wow.
I think he's been wrestling for 30 years, maybe more.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Stand-up dude, incredible worker. I'm amazed he can still do the things he does at 55. Dude. It's insane.
It sounds like maybe your week was a little rough, but it paid off.
It did.
At the Lucha Boom
And you know
show.
what? The show itself was rough too, because I had to muster up. But it went well in the end. Tiring, but it went well.
I love it. Everybody on the show's doing some things offside, doing their thing. You think what? We just wait for the next Monday?
Sometimes
that's what we do. Well, sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Not all the time though. All right, Grun. So let's jump into it. Kevin, I don't know if you've heard this news. Grun,
Okay.
let's get into this. This AAA, we just spoke about it. We're going into it. Grun, let them know the news, what we just had, because this is pretty amazing and could really produce some really cool things in the future.
So recently, the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships were on the line. I believe Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice were former champions, or I don't remember.
It's
But
Mr. Iguana and La Hydra.
yes,
Yeah.
who now has beef with Lola Vice.
Mhm.
But that's not the real news. The real news is the fact that the new AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions are the greatest male and female pair from Canada ever. That is our future president of the United States, Chelsea Green, and all ego Ethan Page.
Yeah, and it was a big moment. This was something that kind of shocked me more than the fact that we have AEW former stars now holding titles throughout the WWE. This was actually a big pop for me because, like you were saying, Grun, this kind of potentially shows us that maybe WWE has some thoughts of letting them work together when Ethan gets to the main roster. And from what I can tell with these two, that is exactly it, Grun. It's money.
I
Kevin,
it's
thoughts on this?
I agree with Grun and you. It's if you don't at least give it a shot on the main roster, because you don't. Here's the thing with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green kind of helps everyone around her.
Yes.
Ethan Page doesn't necessarily need the help, but he accents her stuff and she accents his stuff super well.
Very.
It also, so a lot of people have all this hype for people coming up from NXT, right? They immediately want them pushed. They want them somewhere. They want them to do things with them. But there's not always that kind of space. Sometimes they need to acclimate to the main roster. And it becomes one of these things where Ethan Page has a ready-made thing to do that isn't some kind of huge push.
Hmm.
And it still features him on TV.
Yeah.
And it still lets him do things, but he doesn't have to be this huge pushed guy. And I think that suits it well. I'm not saying he can't have the potential for later, because I think Ethan Page has a lot of good upside.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, if you want a good way to introduce him onto the main roster, this is a good way, because it doesn't afford him some kind of like everyone gets behind and goes like, whoa, we got to push him. No, he's on TV. He's good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. I love that because it's exactly what I was saying, Grun, about the Obafemi in the John Cena tournament. I don't need him to win. I kind of want him to lose in the tournament. And then
You want him to make a run, though, I think is what you want.
yeah. And then later on when he wins it, I want that to be a focal point. You know, at like WrestleMania, we're watching his video and it's like he couldn't overcome John Cena in the tournament, but now here he is. You know, something that builds him up. I think that's a bigger piece than him actually like winning the tournament and facing Cena and things like that. So I love the fact that we're there with Ethan. This would be, again, another piece in his armor in which later on in the future, that's how fans are going to connect with him. That's Chelsea Green's tag team partner. That's who she rides with in life. That's who, you know, things like that. It's only upside for that. All right. So Grun, let's go ahead and hit your actual topic. That was just a bonus topic. Let's hear what you got to say.
You know what? I kind of want to I want to bring this up. We talked about this yesterday, but I want to bring it up again just so we get Kevin's thoughts on this. The 16-man tournament, the last time is now tournament to determine John Cena's final opponent. Now, from what I can remember, there were 11 names confirmed or speculated based off the video package that they had shown at Saturday night's main event. Those 11 names, I believe, were Penta, Gunther, Rusev, LA Knight, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, Solo Sikoa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Carmelo Hayes, The Miz, Drew McIntyre. were the 11 names I do believe that were confirmed for the show.
Yes.
Dirty Dominic Mysterio was in there too. So one of the names I said was not.
It's Miz. I got it up right now. It looks
Okay.
like, assuming that this is accurate.
Yeah.
Miz, Rusev, Solo, Sheamus, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Penta, Carmelo, Bronson Reed, Gunther, and Dom.
Okay. Yeah.
I like those names.
So no Braun Breaker, which I like.
Yep.
We need to keep Braun Breaker away from this and towards Punk.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we need Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Completely agreed. And we're very theorizing that Joe Hendry's going to be in this.
Probably.
Is going to be one of the final names.
He should be.
He absolutely should be. They did also specify that this was not strictly Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. They did say it was also including outside wrestlers from outside the WWE. So that includes TNA, likely Joe Hendry, AAA. So I guess who's someone you would add that isn't already speculated to be in this 16-man tournament?
Well, I'll open it to already confirmed, I guess, because if
Okay.
we're confirming those 11, everything else is speculation. I think Joe Hendry's a strong guess.
Mhm.
It's a strong speculation. I also think Nick Nemeth would be a strong speculation,
That would
even
be
if it's
good.
a one-off,
Yeah.
and he
would be
loses in the
awesome.
first round.
Yeah.
I think it's not out of the realm of possibility that you sign Chris Jericho and you have him get into the tournament.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday.
I think Jericho, because I'm pretty sure his contract's up. If it's not liquidated or whatever, that there's at least been speculation about that. Obviously, I'm not in the boardroom to know what contract statuses are, but if he in fact is free to do that, I think they'd be silly not to. And then you have Jericho make a run, but not have him be the last match.
No.
Yeah.
Other people that you could use, if we're looking at AAA, I guess you could put in someone like Vikingo. I don't think that would be a bad move.
That's who I was going to say.
I don't
Okay.
think that'd be a bad move, but I don't see too many other people from AAA that they would put in there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Iguana really fits into this aesthetic, and you can keep him somewhere else.
Unless you're trying to just give him some exposure.
Yeah.
This
I
Well,
mean,
you
be
can do
the-
that in a lucha match too.
you can. Yeah.
You can do that in a lucha match, but I think just this being John Cena's tournament,
Mhm.
I think that carries like the weight of almost a cruiserweight title.
I think if I'm looking
Mhm.
down the list of these 11 people that are confirmed, I'm looking at it, and I bet my bottom dollar Cena chose a couple of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Miz, I assume, was chosen by him. Rusev, I assume, was chosen by him. Sheamus,
Mhm.
probably Drew, probably Dom. I don't know about the other ones, but those ones specifically to me, like those have the earmark. Carmelo probably as well. If I didn't mention him.
Yeah.
Definitely Mello.
And
Didn't
then
Cena say he wanted to work with Mello?
yeah, he did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think.
So, I mean, this would be a good opportunity. Make him have a run in
this
the
would be
tournament. I
perfect.
think this is a good time to start pulling the trigger on Carmelo. And any time's a good time to pull the trigger on Carmelo at this point.
I mean,
And if Cena wants to work with him, why not?
yeah.
I don't hate it. What I don't want from this tournament is a match we've already seen from Cena.
Yeah.
So to
Agreed.
me, if I'm looking up and down this list, that means no Miz, that means no Rusev, that means no Sheamus. Drew McIntyre, I guess he has had a match with, but this was a long time ago. So this is a different Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of end of list. Any other thing, any other person, that would work. And like I said, like if they bring in Chris Jericho, I don't want Chris Jericho to be the end boss for Cena. I don't want Nick Nemeth to be the end boss for Cena. You know who could be interesting to add to this is Mike Santana, TNA World Champion.
Oh, that would be very.
I think that'd be
very-
interesting because you could test the water to see how Santana does on a WWE TV.
And I would
I
not
guarantee
mind,
you they're looking at him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind seeing him and Cena go at it at the end of it.
Oh,
It would not bother me at all.
Um,
That would be epic.
Another good one you could use from TNA is Moose. Moose would be a great addition
Ooh,
to
I
it.
totally forgot about Moose.
Moose is a good pick.
Ooh.
I don't know what kind of like legends they have left on TNA or anything like that.
They
I
got the
wouldn't put like
Hardys.
the Hardys on the tournament or anything. I don't think that makes
No.
any sense.
Yeah, no.
They should just have Jeff come out and do as a dance to every competitor that comes
I
out.
think if we're looking at NXT, something like Javon Evans would be a great addition to this
That
tournament.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Even Trick
So-
Willie would be a good addition to this tournament.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind Trick.
So I'm looking at Sam Roberts' pick
Mhm.
for some. Sam, you are dead to me because you don't. Because Sam put up his prediction. He did not put Dirty Dom in his predictions for the 16 men in this tournament. He replaced him with Drew McIntyre, I guess. The other 5 he has in are Nathan Frazier, not a bad pick. Javon Evans, not a bad pick. Matt Cardona, I think a really
Oh
good
yeah,
pick.
I forgot
That
about
would be a
Cardona.
fun one.
I bet he's going to be in it.
Oh yeah, Joe Hendry and Trick Williams. So no one that we haven't said, it just someone we forgot about who we all agree would be amazing if he was at least in the
You know
tournament.
what? If Cardona's in this tournament, I want him to win.
I would. That would be.
I want him to win, and I'll tell you why. I don't think they're going to do it, but I'll tell you why I would want him to win. It would be a full circle moment
Mhm.
in the Cena not Triple H, Cena and Zack Ryder shit that happened in the past where Cena just like unintentionally buried him based on the writing. And now Cardona gets his get back.
We talked about that yesterday. It would
Yeah.
definitely play into. It would play into the story of actually John Cena. I mean,
Mhm.
and honestly, that sit down that they showed clips of, the way he said he wants to end it really makes me think it's going to be a young guy who is just going to have one of the best matches that we've seen them have. And
Yeah.
that's going to be the push.
And Cena has always, to my knowledge, I've never met the man, but to my knowledge, he's always been that way. I came in, that's exactly what the video package said. I came in and someone better show me some ruthless aggression.
Yeah.
And man, I like, as long as it's not a rehashed match, I really don't care out of these names who wins it.
No.
I just don't. I think there's others. I think there's some that could use it more than others. There might be some matchups that I might be more excited about.
They're going to throw in Uncle Howdy.
Oh, dear God, please no.
But realistically, like, if I got Solo Sikoa versus Cena, I wouldn't be mad. If I got LA Knight versus Cena, I wouldn't be mad. If I got Drew versus Cena, Penta versus Cena, Carmelo versus Cena, Bronson versus Cena, Gunther versus Cena, Dom versus Cena, Cardona versus Cena, Hendry versus any of these people,
Mhm.
I'm not mad.
Yeah. That shows you got a great tournament going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Grun,
we're going.
I can see you've
Yeah.
been biting your tongue.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want to say?
I think they're gonna go. Because I think they're going Dirty Dom. I think Dirty Dom is gonna be now.
I thought that too, but then again, I thought Dom has a natural, beautiful push.
He does.
That nobody
He really
can-
does.
Nobody else.
I
can
don't
touch.
I don't think he needs it, and you can give him an out for the tournament too, because then when he fucks, because the way he's been doing it is Eddie Guerrero style, where he's fucking people over. That can come up to haunt. So he makes a nice run in the tournament. Let's say he gets to the final 4. Let's say final 4.
Okay.
And then once he gets to the final 4, the 2 people that he fucked over in the first 2 rounds fucked him over.
Yeah.
And now you put over the last person, and then you're in that person's in the finals.
Yeah. Trust me, Grun, when I was speaking, Dom popped in my head 100 times. But then I thought about it and I'm like, why would you mess with the natural progression of Dom himself? Like, he's bigger than what this can give.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, he's going to be talked about as a legend in the next 5-8 years.
100%. Dom is blowing. He is completely shattered all expectations that were ever set for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's broken every ceiling that has been put out there. But all right, we move along. We get into Kevin Kalloway, the Chaos Goblin. What do you want to talk about, sir?
So I don't know what y'all talked about yesterday, but I watched Saturday Night Main Event today.
Oh God.
Okay.
Here we go.
There has been some speculation online, and
Mhm.
I figured why not throw some chaos into it today?
Let's do
Because I
it.
don't really have too much to talk about with Raw because we're in full reset mode. I don't have any speculation for it. However, there has been speculation, and after watching the match, I might be able to analyze why that Jey Uso was under some influence during the match on Saturday.
Okay, let's get into this because Kevin, let me tell you, this was a discussion this morning in the IYH main chat. So we're kind of, some of us probably were thinking, what's Kevin going to say? I know I'm there. I kind of want your insight on this one. Grun, let's let him run with this. And then at the end,
Sure.
me and you will
I'll pass
add
it to the
in.
class after I
Yeah,
present evidence. We'll put it that way.
exactly. Here we go.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
I am going to throw a disclaimer out there right before this. I have no idea if or without it could have been just a complete chemistry thing. It could have been a mix of styles. It could have been a lot of things. The match didn't feel like it came together as well as they wanted it to. I'll say that. But that doesn't mean it was a horrible match. It wasn't horrible. I've seen much worse. But it definitely wasn't the main event that they were looking to be based on how it went down. There were a few times. So I heard about this before I watched the match. So I watched the match for specific instances of, are we sure? Jay, the lockups, the chain wrestling was really awkward. There was one instance where Punk was going for he did a what we call an arm wringer, and he hit that snap and then pulled him in for a headlock. And then it looked like Punk either lost his footing, Jay didn't hold him up for the headlock, which is what you're supposed to do, and buckled, or Punk was trying to turn, as we do, to sell the headlock, and Jay just went, nah. It looked really awkward because Punk then looked like he was going to fall on his ass during a headlock, and oof, it didn't look spiffy. The beginning of the match, I couldn't tell if it was one guy trying to overcompensate for another, or just both of them were just trying to find a rhythm. But man, even the duck unders and go behinds and the drop downs, they felt like they were in slow motion.
Yeah.
It didn't, I couldn't tell if it was someone waiting for someone, because that happens sometimes, or if they were just off with timing or something. I don't know. The biggest one that people sent around, of course, was the neck breaker, and that's
what I was going to ask you about.
I'm going to try and be diplomatic as I say this.
Okay.
And by diplomatic, I mean not as harsh. There are not many excuses I can think of to misread a reverse neck breaker into a cutter mid-match. So I'm not sure what the thought process was, but it was on Jay. I don't see another way around it, because you have to feel the tug and take the bump. And Punk was already going down, and Jay kept turning. And it was like, oh, God. And I also didn't like that they just went right back to it, because that gave away the game. And it did look like Punk was visibly angry afterwards. Because he's a professional. So I maybe I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But he could have just been trying to sell it that way and not actually kicking him in the head or anything like that. So that it looked like he was. He is smart enough to play the crowd like that and to play the internet like that.
Yeah.
So I can't put that past him, but it is also possible that he was angry.
It did look like, though, with his anger on his face, he delivered a receipt for Jay. And
it did. It looked like it.
But I mean, again, like you said, they're professionals. They could have sold it that way.
Yeah.
But that neck breaker, that was
That was dangerous.
yeah, that was my moment where I was like, okay, whatever you got going on, you kind of just put both guys in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yourself and Punk. And we hear it all the time. We've heard it from you. We've heard it from LFG. You have to trust that person in the ring with you.
Mhm.
And things like that happen, man. It makes you wonder. It makes you question things. And damn. Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry, Kevin.
Some of
Didn't mean
the
to cut you
some of
off.
the ring positioning was off to a degree I haven't seen in a long time in a WWE ring too. Punk went for a GTS really early, almost through the chain wrestling, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay slipped out of it, but when he schoolboyed him, they were like in the ropes for the schoolboy. And I'm like, oh God, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, these things are usually like, I'm not saying that you had to be directly in the middle of the ring because you're supposed to roll back, but something like some roll went wonky there and they just ended way further towards the ropes. Or like, you know, we didn't clear space, we didn't wait, something didn't happen. Something was wrong in that match. I couldn't tell you what it was specifically, but something was wrong between them in the sense that, so the other thing that it could have been to me, because this happens sometimes with workers and wrestlers, is sometimes one person is more of a call it in the ring guy, and sometimes the other guy is more of a planet in the back guy.
Okay.
And from what I know about Punk, he's a call it in the ring guy. I don't know who Jay is as a performer and a worker, but I would wager that he's probably more of a call it in the back guy. Sometimes when you have those people work together and the gaps don't bridge well, you can get this kind of match where someone's trying to call more things in the ring or cut things that they've called in the back and it doesn't work for the other person and then they get discombobulated. That's why when we saw like Gunther and Punk at SummerSlam, it was such a raw fight. It felt like a fight because both those guys, I could tell you from experience, not by working with them, but by just watching their matches, they call shit in the ring.
Yeah.
So they were both calling shit in the ring to make sure that shit looked bad, like bad for each other. Not like bad, like match bad, but like,
Yeah.
like brutal.
But you need that for that type of match. Those are the guys you need because the fans are the third person in that ring in a match like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, that's what I was expecting too. I was expecting the crowd to be that.
The crowd was
they were
mute.
gone.
They were mute.
This is why the overseas crowd gets so much hype and so much love from WWE, guys. I'm telling you right now, we need to quit being spoiled and just fucking get lost in the show that you're at, man.
Well, I agree with you, Voice, but this match didn't do them any favors to lose themselves in. That was the problem.
Yeah.
And there was so much discombobulation at the beginning that they had to try and work twice as hard to get them back. They got them back near the end, but for like, oh God, 15 minutes of this like 22-minute match, bell to bell, there was like no crowd reaction. And that is generally because of what happens at the beginning of the match, because then it becomes difficult to get them back. If you've already broken their disbelief and they can't suspend it, you have to find a way to get them to suspend it again. And it didn't happen until they started throwing finishers at each other at that point. And that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't envy that position. I've been in it. Both these guys are tremendous workers. I don't know if I saw a comment, so I don't know. I don't remember who said it, but I saw a comment of Jey Uso most to hit that Benjamin before he came out to the ring. And I just thought that was funny, but I don't know if it was like that kind of under the influence related or if it was just a mismatch of styles. Because that shit happens to the best of workers. Like, we all put some of these workers on such high pedestals. Take your Bret Harts, take your Shawn Michaels, take your, Undertakers, take your Triple H's, Stone Colds, The Rock. But they had shit matches in front of everyone too.
Oh yeah.
Everybody did. Everybody does who is in this business. Sometimes you go out there and you have you go out there and you lay a pile of shit right in the middle of the ring, and it sucks. It's awful. And it sucks worse when it's the main event of a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it happen live.
Hmm.
It's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant viewing experience.
Yeah.
I don't think that this match was the worst thing I've ever seen in the world. They got the point across and they got the crowd back late, but it was a little awkward for about half of it.
It felt more to me like they were still working the kinks out. Like it was still hey, let's meet up Wednesday afternoon and run through the match and see what we can come up with. There was a lot of clunkiness. And like you said, the first 15 minutes, it just, you're dead in the water at that point.
Yeah.
Especially with a live audience.
And you know what? It wasn't even 10 of that 15 minutes. It was the first 5.
Yeah.
The first 5 was what lost them.
Yeah.
The second 5 was fine, and then the third 5 was fine. But because the first 5 was so discombobulated, those 2 that were fine weren't good enough to bring the crowd with you.
They had to be exceptional.
Yep.
Yeah. Grun, do you have any thoughts on this? What Kevin laid out? I enjoyed your insight on that, Kevin. I've actually really been waiting to hear what you had to say. Go ahead, Grun.
Well, I was kind of hoping that, Kevin, you would be like, guys, we have rumors. We know that Jay has issues has had DUIs in the past.
Yes.
We know his brother has had DUIs in the past, but they are professionals. They would never do this. And you did not.
I've seen Jeff Hardy do it at Victory Road for a main event title match against Sting.
Can we not?
I couldn't tell you.
I remember seeing the
not there. I am going to choose to believe it didn't happen, and it wasn't that way, and that it was a discombobulation of styles. That is what I'm choosing to believe, because that, to me, is Occam's razor. That is the easiest explanation.
Yeah.
It is.
So and that's the one I'm going to go with.
It's the safest one in what we do.
Yeah, because I don't think Jay would throw away everything.
I don't think so either. It would take a lot for him to throw all of this away.
That would absolutely kill forget his career. That would kill any reputation he had.
Yeah.
Yeah. It even would have potential to take his brother down with him.
It would, yeah.
Because then they would be wondering, well, can
Jimmy keep himself?
And then he's under even a bigger microscope when it's his time to start.
So spread this out to Solo Sikoa.
It could trickle down to all Samoans.
It could.
Like it is that bad.
That's why I'm going to go with Kevin on this. I'm going to go I think it was matchup styles. And we have to be honest, Punk's from a different generation also.
Yes.
So the way that he gets if you fuck up in the match, the way he's going to handle it is something different than the way Jay handles it. So I'm sure in the next weeks we'll figure out if there was something extra, especially if there's a suspension. They really, that kind of just
they're not. Yeah, I was about to say, like, if that is what happened, there's no way that they don't suspend him. There is no way.
It would, and still, I mean, they're still trying to make Saturday Night Main Event something. There's the end of your fight. Well, yeah. All right, so let's move forward. What we're gonna go into right now, like Grun mentioned, we talked about this stuff yesterday with House, but we're gonna break down Saturday Night Main Event real quick. Because we do enjoy what Kevin has to say. And you weren't with us on the house party, so we got you now. let's go ahead and just go down it. Kevin, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like about Saturday Night Main Event, any highlights for you, and me and Grun will just comment along with you.
Highlights to me, the highlight of the show is the triple threat match.
Oh, easy.
I don't think that there wasn't another contender to me.
No.
With the discombobulation of the Punk and Jay match. Jade's match was what it needed to be, and I'll get into that in a second. This might be rough to say. I wasn't that excited about the Cody Drew match. Not that the match was good.
Yeah.
But because my excitement wasn't as there, and granted, this is also because I don't watch SmackDown as religiously. I try and follow along with events and things. Some of the stuff they had leading up to it was really good. But I didn't for a second think that Drew was going to beat Cody. So that kind of ruined my intrigue. And because that ruined my intrigue, I was kind of like, you know how you like distracted watch stuff?
Yeah.
That's what happened to this match. I didn't like sit down and analyze it.
That's pretty much IYH across the board.
What I've seen of it, it was good.
Mhm.
It didn't have a lot of fire behind it. Because it didn't have a lot of fire behind it, both guys were trying to work their ass off to get fire behind it mid-match, and they worked their ass off to try and do it. It just never felt like there was an intrigue that Cody would actually lose.
I couldn't believe they threw Cody through the table.
That's fair.
That threw me for a loop. I was like, oh, shit.
Again, they tried.
Yeah, they did.
They tried real hard. The Jade match was exactly what it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
For a fresh heel turn for Jade and Tiffany having an out of a busted leg, that was the right way to go about everything. I saw much internet chatter that I vehemently disagree with. Internet chatter being more of like, oh, it was a glorified squash match. Why are we having this here? Yada, yada, yada. Brother, it's to put Jade over.
Yeah.
If you don't like Jade, that's fine. Just come out and say it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the right move. If you want to freshly turn Jade heel, which she desperately needed, by the way, you want a strong woman like that to beat the holy high hell, the teetotal shit out of that women's division. You don't want her as a face running around doing that. You want her as a vicious heel doing that.
Yeah,
that's what you want. Then you can transition her to a face who kicks ass.
I love
that's
it.
Fine.
I love it because that's exactly where our mindset was. Yeah, with this one, if I'm going to be honest with you two, this match specifically, I looked up nobody's opinion on after I watched it because to me, like you said, Kevin, it did what it was supposed to.
What it needed to do.
Grun, I believe you were on board with that too yesterday when we talked about it. This is exactly what you needed. Let's see what they do with Jade.
I think now Jade has more intriguing matchups now that she's a heel too.
Very,
because at the face, who did she have to face? Nia Jax, and like that's kind of it.
We've seen it.
I guess Raquel Rodriguez, if they were to ever switch around,
like that.
which I think I'd like too. But now what you could have are matches like Jade and Io.
No,
you could have matches like Jade and Bailey. You could have matches like Jade and Lyra. You could have matches like Jade and the Holy Grail itself, Rhea Ripley. You could have matches like, I don't know, maybe you move up a Jordynne Grace against Jade. I don't know, maybe you move up a Lola Vice versus versus Jade. There are many options on the table now.
Yeah. Smartest move they made.
I agree. And I think that was, of all the business on the show, because the triple threat match was the best match.
Oh, yeah.
But the best business on the show was Jade winning and in the fashion that she did. Because
true.
Now she's set up in a position that she wasn't a month ago as a big main event player.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad they did this with her.
I agree. Triple threat match. There were a lot of good things to it, but the bell spot was
Good Lord.
He keeps coming up with new creative ways.
He's a genius
to fuck around.
You know what? To add to his character, he petitions that he's put in the WWE Hall of Fame next year.
I would love it.
And he's earned it because he's been
The
in
greatest luchador ever, and he should be
It's-
he should be the he should be a distinct member of the Hall of Fame, the youngest member even.
Exactly. He wants that bit
Yeah.
right there.
I'm already the greatest luchador ever. Put me in the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Look at WWE.
This match was fantastic.
It was really fun.
There
All
was
three guys are so good.
they
Oh,
are.
yeah.
I couldn't believe that Penta driver that he was able to pull off on Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! I couldn't believe Rusev pulled him.
Rusev, to his credit, is deceptively athletic, and I love that about him
100%
because he works like I work in the sense that he's more deceptively athletic than I am. But for a guy like that, when you have that much athleticism and you don't show it in your own moveset, that means when someone else does shit to you, it looks more impressive.
Yeah.
Because
No,
they know that you're not athletic, except that you are.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm totally with that. And I seen an interview with Rusev, and he was speaking about Vince. You know, Vince wanted him at 300.
300 pounds?
Yeah,
That's too much weight for Rusev.
that's what Rusev was saying. But I'm so glad that Rusev was able to go where he wanted to go with his weight
Mhm.
because we got to see 300-pound Rusev isn't doing that.
No.
Not able to pull that out.
I
But
I liked bulkier Rusev during the time too. I think he was like pushing 220, 240,
Yeah,
something like that.
wouldn't
Maybe mid
surprise me.
200s. He was a bowling ball of a man.
Yeah.
Not like big, but like stout. I think he was in the mid 200s at one point. He's got to be low 200s now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got to be low
Easily.
200s because he's way slimmer. He still looks like an animal, but he's
Oh
way
yeah.
slimmer.
Yeah. He's lost all that extra weight with
Mhm.
it. You know, he's still a beast of a
Mhm.
man. But yeah, this match, the things that we seen Rusev do, the things that we seen Penta do, and the mind games we seen with Tom, I've never seen that spot done before
Mhm.
with the bell and breaking Rusev. Like, that is so genius.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was such a good match.
It was a good
Such
match.
a great match. I hope they find some way to run that one back.
Yeah.
Um,
And quick hit of business on the other match that we talked about more at length. CM Punk wins. It's the right call. Jay, that was also good business to me in the sense of doing it. The match getting there was a little rough around the edges, but Punk has to be holding this title at this point. If Jay was holding it, the only way they could have went was he's the new head of the table, and I don't know how that plays out right now. I think he's got to go through more crisis of confidence first. It's
was gonna
too
say,
soon.
too soon for that.
It's too soon. We haven't cooked the meat thoroughly. We're at like 100 degrees. We need to get to like 165 before it's fully cooked and safe to eat.
I'm there with you. Grun, increase the temperature.
I'm trying.
I think honestly though, if Jay goes heel after this,
Mhm.
like he has an explosion tonight.
Yeah.
A mental breakdown, all scripted and everything, not real. But because here's my thought real quick before we sign off. If we look at reality wise right now, he has his own father. Anytime that he loses, anytime he does something, and I haven't heard any reports. I seen a report, but they took it down of him saying something from
Wasn't
this
a real
match.
report.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I clicked the bait and got hooked. But anyways, they could play into the fact that Jay's like, man, my dad doesn't even believe in me. He's always saying that there's an excuse why I lose. There's nobody's got my back, and then he just goes in full meltdown mode. I think it would be a good way, much like what we've seen with Jade. We needed that heel streak. I kind of think we might need a heel streak with Jay.
I agree. And I mean, Roman got that way too.
Yeah.
I think they could. I don't know if they're going to go with this route, but what could be interesting too, you play into the internet rumors that he was on drugs. during the match.
They've done it before.
You don't shy away from it. You go, it didn't even need to have happened. You can just say it did. It's your show.
Yeah.
The pressure of being the head of the table got to him.
Yeah.
And there's a story there too. And you can still do the same heel turn, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
Instead of it, being centered on his dad, it's more centered on the pressure and the stress. And now he's going to take it out on everyone else. Or his frustrations or his whatever. Because then he can attack his own family.
Yeah. Dude, could you imagine just putting it together like a vengeful Samoan who couldn't live up to the expectations that his family's built since wrestling has started? Oh, so it almost writes itself, Grun. You know all about that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, guys. This is another one we got to sail off into the sunset. It was a great episode. Monday Night Raw is about to go live. I believe they are 4 minutes outside of going live. So friends, fans, anybody who joins us, you know what we do about this time. I let you know where you can find my friends, my family, and what they do outside of these video screens that we got going on here. So Kevin Kalloway, let them know where they can find you and if you have anything coming up.
So you can follow me on Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. I don't post much, but I do post my new shows and anything like that. I have a show coming up. Hold on, let me bring a little calendar here. Oh, very professional calendar on my phone. 21st for New Edge Pro Wrestling. I will be defending my title against one Jack Delaney. And I cannot imagine that it will not just be another clean sweep by yours truly. But you can come watch the chaos and the murder.
Yeah. I love the confident chaos in that one. Keep us updated on that one, Kevin, so we can we can talk and make fun of your opponents after they've been beaten.
I'll bring a picture of him next time.
All right. Yeah, do it. I love it. We can definitely play with that. Grunmiester, let them know where they can find what the villainous shit you do.
You can catch me on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick under the name Grunmiester. I stream Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, SmackDown preview review. Talk everything SmackDown, everything WWE, pro wrestling. Sometimes there's something interesting happening outside of that. In video games, movies, avoiding politics. That is murder. That is career unaliving right there. Don't bring that up. But I am going to be streaming soon the Call of Cthulhu game that I've just recently purchased.
Oh, big baby Philly Grun got his birthday present.
Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu.
I want to summon Cthulhu.
Well,
see what happens.
You go and do that. Eric Cartman did that, and it seemed pretty fun. But, outside of what you just heard, my friends, you can come and visit me here every Monday, 7 p.m., where you can catch all three of us where we do the Monday Night Raw preview review show. This one was a fun one. Next week will be a great one. So join us, get the notifications, click all the likes, get everything going, and follow us. So outside of that, there's a thing we do on Thursday. It's the ECW watch along, and it's a hoot and a holler, and you should be a part of it because there's blood, there's violence, there's fire, there's tables, there's chairs, there's barbed wire. There's a lot of things going on that show, and we want you to be a part of it. We are going to be highlighting none other than Stevie Richards next. So come be a part of that one. He is one of my favorites from back then. Stevie Richards, he is a B-side of ECW that you'll enjoy. So come be a part of that. That is 5 p.m., 6 p.m. On Thursdays. Click the notifications. You'll know when we go live. It'll be fun. So you got Grunt on Friday. And we have to say something real quick. We can't wait for our sister to get back to IYH and be on screen again. We miss you, and we really can't wait for you to come back. So for me, for Grunmiester, for Kevin Kalloway and all his chaos, we will see you on the next one. And bye-bye.
Reese.